And I do have stories, Shem. It's just that because I'm busy, I've not been able to share. Mara, this one says I'm a mafia for days on end. If I pay him off once, I'm going to pay this guy off for the rest of my life. And I'm not about to go back to Egypt where I am enslaved by anybody's son. Okay, no pun intended. But no, from behind. Jehovah. That guy gets off the taxi, which is like a 360, guys. That guy could not believe me. He was looking at me like, Haibo, lo sisilo, Haibo. But I was not wrong. It's just that he underestimated me because he thought because she's a woman, call the police. This guy has been harassing my family because he's been going there every day asking for money. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Perseverance Maremeni, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self-Love. If you're joining in for the first time, welcome to the family. Please hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continuous love and support that you are showing me. Today, I have story time for days and days and days and days on end. You know, because I know that I've not been doing story times in a while. And somebody actually reminded me yesterday saying, "Oh, girl, when you opened this YouTube channel last year, you said to us that you're going to give us story times." Yes, we appreciate all this and that and the serious content and the motivational content, but where's the story times at? And I do have stories, Shem. It's just that because I'm busy, I've not been able to share. Mara, this one, I'm a mafia. This one says I'm a mafia for days on end. And also I need to put a side note, guys, that when you see me in real life, now I'm very short. And sometimes the story I tell you, you will not believe them because you think it's a giant that must show up, because these stories are of an action movie, a thriller. But no, actually, this girl made these things happen. Today's story is about the day I sent a taxi driver running. And the reason why I sent that guy running was because I really felt like, I am in Egypt and I am going to be this guy's cash cow for the rest of my life. And I'm not about that life. So I had to send him running. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not as hectic as I make it sound to be, but he ran and never looked back, So what happened was that I was in Lephalale. And I was supposed to go to Polokwane, where my cousin stays. And then from where my cousin stays, I'm supposed to go to Mokopane, where some other cousins stay, right? Where there was a family gathering. So when I left Lephalale to go to Polokwane, I got there. She's like, okay, please go to my house, take this and take that and this and that. And then you can come to Mokopane where the rest of us are. And I was like, okay, no problem. When I get there, I'm a bit tired. It's been a long drive. And I get the keys and I get all the stuff that she wanted. But as I'm driving out, just by the taxi rank, guys, where the taxis are at, I bump a taxi driver behind. Like it was bumper to bumper. The traffic was really jam-packed. Very close to the taxi rank. In fact, just outside, the gate where they exit the taxi rank, right there. That's bumper to bumper to bumper. I bump the taxi driver from behind. Jehovah. That guy gets off the taxi. You know how it's like when you've been in an accident? Like I've been in so many accidents in my life, guys. Like, hey, you know what? I'm already familiar with the behavior around accidents. And no matter how many times you can be in an accident, you can never say, because I'm familiar, then even my behavior is going to be a certain way. Yeah, you are supposed to be human at the end of the day, no matter how many times you've been in an accident, right? So I was human. And I'm like, I bumped this guy. And by that time, guys, I was still driving my father's car, because that was the time when, all my other story times, if you don't know, you must go check it out, about how I lost everything and I started from scratch. Like I literally had nothing. I was starting from scratch, So my dad had brought me his Ford Focus and I was driving my Ford Focus. Then I bump this guy from behind. When I get off, I look, my bumper, the clips are broken. It's on the floor. This guy comes out. Where mama? Bugala, you have broken my thing. My light is broken. There's a dent up there. So guys, I need you to understand the concept that in the beginning, when all of these things were happening, because everything was happening so fast. Now I'm going to give you a lesson learned at the end of the day, something to take home. But in the beginning, during the accident, right? The car, I need you to understand that I'm driving a Ford Focus. It's down there. This guy is driving a Quantum. It's up there. So when I bump him from behind, it took forever to register in my brain that actually there's only a certain level that I can reach in terms of the damage that I can do to his car. So the only place that I could get was, the towing bar. It's down there, and also there's this black, I don't know whether it's paint or what, it's like rubberinyana so, which is around that area at the bottom of the quantum. So basically that's the place that I bumped, right? And there was no damage on his car, but on my car, the bumpers, the clips were broken. So it was not really that bad. And because the clips were broken, because I feel like if the damage was really that bad, I would have felt more pain, or my car would have been the one that was more damaged as compared to his car, because like the bumper is a bumper, it's plastic. I mean, hey, come on, and now when we get off, he shows me a light which is broken. Kana, my bumper is down there, the light is up there. The light is broken. There's a dent, guys. Like that dent is not a dent that can be caused by a bumper. It's a dent that can be caused by, I don't know, like something very, very impactful needs to cause that dent, right? But during the whole time, it's not registering in my head. Like I'm nervous. It makes sense because here's my car, here's the quantum, here's the light. The light is broken, this is broken. Nothing is registering at that time. I'm at fault. I bumped somebody from behind, right? Then he says to me, well, Mama, listen, now that you've bumped me, you need to give me money now. Otherwise, we are taking your car. We're taking it to the taxi rank. We're going to keep it there until you fix our taxi. Yeah. Now I'm in a rush. This guy looks at me. He sees me I was wearing some branded clothes, of which, you know what, I don't recommend wearing branded clothes but unfortunately, you'll never know which day you'll get into trouble, right? And this guy looks at me like, this girl probably has money. And like I said in one of my story times, that just because you're wearing branded clothes, it doesn't mean you have money now. You had money when you bought the clothes, but now you're just a mundu. You are just a dombe. You are a human being, all right? So I was a human being, guys. And then this guy then says, you need to give me money for me to release you for now, to try and get the car fixed. You need to give me your number, and then I need to show this car to my boss, and then we'll communicate from there. Otherwise, we're gonna have to keep your car here if you can't give me anything, because like you bumped me from behind, sister. Like I'm a very nice person. And when I thought about it, I'm like, this guy is actually a very nice taxi driver. Like if it was somebody else, they would have been, taking out a gun. I was expecting all of that. But that guy was actually quite calm for somebody that had been bumped from behind, right? So I thought to myself, because Nami, when people bump me, because I've been bumped a couple of times, when people bump me, guys, I get off the car and I just look. If the damage is not that bad, I leave you like that and I just drive off. I never cause drama on the road, because what's done is done. That's my thought. Anyway, that's my behavior. What's done is done, So I'm like, okay, what will I do? I go into the car. I take out 300. I give this guy 300 so that he can release me, And then he takes my number. And then I drive off to Mukopane, where my cousin is, together with the rest of the family. When I get there, I explain to them the story. Yo, guys, I bumped a driver and this and that. So we explain to our other cousin. We say, cuz, listen, this is what happened while we were in Polokwane. And all these people who are in Mukopane, they stay in Polokwane. So meaning that after all, they're going to go back to Polokwane, where the accident and all these things happened. And then we will sort it out that side, right? Mukopane, we're just there for like a couple of hours. So I tell them, okay, this is what happened, wada. So my cousin, who's like the male, cuz, listen, take this, let me take this guy's number. I know a couple of taxi drivers, some of them will chill with them at my house, so you don't have to worry about it. I will sort it out for you. Okay, cuz, thank you so much. That's minus one problem. Hey, guys, I didn't know what my problems were only starting. This guy is now starting to call me. And when he starts to call me, I'm thinking, I know this one just wants to share or something like that. So let me just leave him like that. So I left him like that night, because I gave him 300 rand. I mean, there's nothing you can do. There's no way you can go to fix a car at night, that day, which is on a Saturday. Wake up Sunday morning. My brother. Hey. He calls again. Then I start picking up his call. We see, I've been calling you. Think I'm a fool, whatever. I'm like, okay, what did I do? What do you want? No, I wanted to tell you that I spoke to my boss. The 300 rand is obviously not enough. That damage is going to cost like boma. 3,500, and then you must give me at least 1.5 for that damage. I'm like, you know what, it's fine. Let me give you my cousin's number, and now I'm saying it with confidence. Let me give you my cousin's number. My cousin will sort you out. My cousin will probably speak to the boss, your boss, the taxi owner, and then they will sort it out. Beginning of problems. I give that guy my cousin's number, and they start speaking with my cousin, right? Me and my other cousin, we live our best lives and we forget about the accident. We go back to Polokwane, right? We continue living our lives, and then this guy now calls my cousin. So when my cousin sees this guy, the male cousin now, the one that he decided he will handle everything, he realizes that, this is the type of taxi drivers that you don't mess with. He starts shaking in his boots now. It's like, yo. Like, literally, this guy was fearful of that taxi driver. Okay. Now, this is the problem. If my cousin is now fearful and then he's not even going to get to the boss and we are doomed, Now, this taxi driver now sees that my cousin is fearful of him. Then he decides to, now start intimidating my cousin and his family. He starts getting there at any time. Listen, because they had an agreement that they're going to get a mechanic to check the car out, check the damage, and try to do all the necessary work that needs to be done, right? And also, I will have my car fixed, of which I did, right? But this guy now, I think for some reason then realizes, this guy is afraid of me. Okay, why are you jealous? You earring falling off, whatever. He's jealous of me. He's afraid of me. So I'm going to, harass him and his family. So guys, 2 minutes, this guy comes there, young, funny mali, I'm taking whatever, I'm taking phone, I'm taking microwave, I'm taking something, give me something. So now my cousin starts calling me, you need to pay this guy off, says, what if this guy comes back with the hitman and then kabis and then they come and do something here, these guys are dangerous, you must pay him. I paid this guy 300. He came back, he wants money. He comes back every 2 minutes, he wants money. So meaning that now I must pay this guy for the rest of my life because I need to protect my cousin, that I thought my cousin was going to protect me from this guy. Yo, guys, I was so pissed. Now my other cousin calls me. What had happened then? We're still around, actually. My cousin now calls me and says, listen, sis, your other cousin there is busy saying that you need to pay that guy because he's afraid, he's scared of his life. This guy is now, threatening him, he's causing chaos, is causing havoc in the house. So you need to pay him off. And another thing with me is that I realized that if I pay him off once, I'm going to pay this guy off for the rest of my life. And I'm not about to go back to Egypt where I am enslaved by anybody's son. Okay, no pun intended. But no, I am free indeed. I am not going to be anybody's slave. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, okay, but then if you don't do that, you are putting your cousin's life in risk because now your cousin has communicated with this person. This person knows where your cousin is staying. And if you're saying you're not going to pay, then that means you are saying your cousin's life must be in danger. I'm like, okay, makes sense. But I'm still not going to pay this guy. So I would rather confront this guy. Let him talk to me. And my cousin must just let him move away. Because anyway, he didn't do any, good. He didn't solve anything. He actually made the things worse because the problem is worse now. Ne? Then I call this guy myself. And then, me and my other cousin now, my female cousin, right? We were together, we're chilling, we're having a nice time, We're looking beautiful, having a brunch. And then our cousin calls us, that guy is here, he's back here again, he's making noise, what, oh my gosh. We decide to drive there to where the taxi driver is. When we get to where the taxi driver is, you are full of it. You're disrespecting me. He's making noise and he's drunk, that guy, by that time. Ne? Get inside the taxi. Get inside. I'm like, no, hell no. Get inside the taxi for what? Where are we going with you? We are not getting inside this taxi. We are here to tell you two things. Number one, you need to stop coming here. You need to stop harassing this guy. In fact, we are withdrawing all the arrangements that you had with this guy. It's better you deal with me. Deal with us, the two of us ladies. Leave him alone because obviously you guys are not reaching common ground. You're not helping each other with anything. You're just threatening each other and you're disrespecting one another. And now you are disturbing, you are disturbing his family. So just leave it alone. Just leave him, deal with us. Okay, Manchin tea. Okay, so what's going to happen now is we are going to go to the police station, right? Because we want to settle this once and for all. You are saying every day you come here, you demand money that your boss wants for the car and you are drunk, obviously you are drinking the money. You know, you've been able to manipulate our cousin for some time. So we want to solve this once and for all. Let's go to the police station. Let's do this thing the right way, because obviously we started it on the wrong foot, right? Okay, police station. Something. We drive to the police station, right? We drive in our car. He drives in his taxi. He gets there before us, guys. So when he gets there before us, he's already speaking to the police officers. He's explaining to them what happened before we get there. And in his explanation, he says, "Lo sisi lo ungishayisile dagi." Mina, I was drunk, then I bumped him. So now I don't want to pay him for the damage that I caused on the car. And I want to let damage. We are fighting with my boss now because of the damage that this sister did. Now she does not want to pay. Then what makes me angry is that she does not want to pick up my calls. Okay, fair point, valid. I say to the lady, listen, first of all, I don't drink alcohol. Second of all, I'm not willing to compensate this guy. I want to pay for the damage of the car. I'm not giving him money. Ne? And then they say, okay, you can't open the case here. This is just like a kiosk, you know, a satellite, whatever. So you need to go to the actual police station to get an accident report done. Ne? We get to the police station, guys. When we get there, remember the initial story that I told you that it had not registered in my head that actually I did not cause the damage to this car. It was registering the whole time. Like when we saw the taxi, when he was busy making noise, when I look at that, I'm like, you know, I filled up so many accident reports in my life. And if I have to now explain in detail what actually happened here, it does not make sense. This car did not fly up and hit there, then come down here. No, that damage was there beforehand. Okay, keep quiet. We get to the police station. When we get there, he starts, lo sisi, hey, whatever. He's explaining everything that I did to him and the damage that I caused and how he's been fighting with his boss and how he's about to lose his job because of me. And let's slay queen. I was looking like a slay queen, guys. I know it's unbelievable now, but yeah, that time I was really, really looking nice. I looked like I had money and I didn't, by the way. I think I already said that, right? Yeah. So he explains and he finishes. Guys, now it was my chance to explain. And at this time, I didn't even tell my cousin who actually no calling her off. I'm explaining myself. Now, when we get there, I'm like, okay, guys, listen. I'm going to give you a full story that you need to write down there on the accident report. I'm even going to draw for you what happened. You know, when you fill up an accident report, you're supposed to draw even the scenario. Guys, we've been having accidents, eh? Yeah. Anyway, I now start by saying, number one, I don't want to deal with this guy anymore. I want to deal with his boss. I want the owner of the taxi to be the one that I deal with in terms of making sure that his car is fixed, because what I want to do right now is to fix his car. And what I'm going to fix on, this is the key point, what I'm going to fix on this car is the damage that I caused. But the damage that I found on the car, I'm not going to fix it. So the damage that I'm actually going to fix on this car is to polish the black part of the car where my car bumped his car. I was like, yeah, what are you saying? What about the dent? What about the light? I'm like, okay, wait. Number one, I need an assessor to come and assess how long ago was this car like this dent and this light that is broken. I want an assessor to come and tell me how old is this thing, because I think they're able to check and say, okay, because of the dust particles and whatever that is in that light and in that area, you can tell how long ago that thing has been like that, right? So an assessor has to be appointed to come and check all of that out. I want an assessor to come and check that out for me, because during that accident, there were no pieces of glass. This is me trying to be smart now because I can't even remember, because I was all over the place by that time. There were no pieces of glass. This red light, you know, that red light, that, yeah, brake light or whatever light, reverse light, whatever, the light which is at the back of a car. I'm like, there were no pieces of glass which were broken on the floor to show that this is what happened now. The light was broken now. So that damage was not done by me. If this guy is still insisting that the damage was done by me, then assessor will prove whether the damage was done by me or not. And as I'm explaining to you how the accident happened, my car is down there, his car is up there. Tell me how this car jumped, kicked there, then came back. because it does not make sense. So in my conclusion of this accident report, which is like a 360, guys, that guy could not believe me. He was looking at me like, Haibo, lo sisilo, Haibo. But I was not wrong. It's just that he underestimated me because he thought because she's a woman, he will get away with it, right? I think the dumbest move was for him to go to the police station. But also at the same time, I don't blame him because he didn't know that when I get there, I'm not going to be mavuma zonke and agree to everything. You know, I'm only going to agree to things that I did, which is absolutely nothing, you know? And I was like, okay, so all these other things which are damaged on the car, they were done by whatever, wherever, which I don't know. But I want to look at the scratch or the, you know, that friction, which is on the bump. It's not a bumper. I don't know what you call that thing at the back. Is it a bumper? I don't know. Close to the towing bar. That's what I'm going to fix. So I need that to be assessed. Then I will get the insurance to pay that. But also it doesn't end there. This guy has been harassing my family because he's been going there every day asking for money to fix this damage. And also this guy ambushed me. I was surrounded by taxi drivers and he demanded that I give him 300 rand because if I don't give him 300 rand, I will not take my car and leave. This guy did not even give me a chance to call the police or anything like that. The guy was ready to be locked up now. They were ready to lock him up. They're like, okay, so what's going to happen now is that because what you did is illegal, chief. No, that's how we work at the taxi rank. When somebody bumps us, we take the car. Like, no, but that's illegal. You're not supposed to take anybody's car when they bump you. You are citizens of South Africa. If somebody bumps you, you call us. We come, we take an accident report, we hold them accountable. Not you keeping their car. Not you keeping them hostage and not you intimidating them. So there are going to be a couple of charges that are going to be on your name right now as a result of this accident. But the car will be fixed according to what has been damaged to the car. So what you need to do now is you need to get your license for the accident report. Your license, I don't have my license with me. Like, you don't even have a license with you. You are coming here with your car. You are blaming this lady. You don't have a license. That time I'm like, that's me. I'm sitting there smiling. Very classy lady that time. Okay, what you're going to do now is you're going to give her her money back. Actually, I said that. I'm like, okay, what I want now is my money back. I want my money back so that I can do things right via car accident report and then fix his car, deal with his boss. Once I'm done with that, then me and him will have no business and he must stop harassing my family. They're like, oh, okay. No, the people you were harassing, they must also come here and open a case for you because you were harassing them. So you have a lot of cases in your name. Intimidating this woman, harassing her family members, and this and that. So, okay, you need to go get your license now. Like, okay, no, it's fine. Let me go to the car. Let me go get my license. I'm like, okay, give me my money back before you get the license. No, the money is in the car. Let me go get the money in the car. I knew he was not coming back. My brother left. He went to his car. He ran for his life. We waited there for like about 15 minutes. He didn't come. Like, this guy is wasting our time. We kept on checking on our cousin from time to time if the guy is still coming. The guy never came. And that was the last time I ever had a call or an harassing moment or having my family members being harassed by a taxi driver who really wanted to ride on us for the rest of his life. Now, the lesson that I want you to learn from this story time of today is that whenever you get into an accident, the first thing that you need to do, no matter what, it's call the police. Call the police. No matter how much you're in a rush, call the police. Number 2, don't involve other people. Do not involve third parties, because now all this suffering that we had to suffer was simply because we had to protect our cousin and his family. And also, Luena, don't involve yourself in people's things. If you are like the cousin in this case, don't involve yourself in people's things because you will put your family in danger because of other people. Yes, you can support them from the outside. You can support them by being there for them. You can support them by going with them wherever they have to go, but taking everything to your own shoulders and say, I will handle it myself. Don't do that because you will endanger your family. And that is my story time on how I made a taxi driver run for his life because I decided to involve the police, but it was already late when I involved the police because he had already, caused havoc. But I feel like this was a story which is worth sharing for awareness, for the sake, no, don't let people's titles intimidate you. It could have been worse, I know that it could have been worse. It could have been a case where the taxi driver does not want to go to the police station. The taxi driver could have had a gun or anything like that. So that is why I would like to emphasize on the fact that from the very beginning, involve the police when you are dealing with not only taxi drivers but human beings in general. There's a reason why there's a accident report. That AR is there for a reason, to protect you and the other people. Just because you are in the wrong in the beginning, it does not mean that you have to stick it out for the rest of your life. Anyway, I'll see you on my next upload. I love you. God bless you. Mwah.